Plato had apparently been lurking in the shadows of the museum the entire time, so he knew what Rory was asking of her. "It sounds like a perfectly reasonable arrangement," Plato said, strolling with his tail high. "You need a weapon, and he needs a favor, which you can provide." "Who said I need a weapon?" "Well, wind and intimidation are fine for fighting goblins, but one day your adversaries are going to be taller than knee-height." Liv agreed with a nod. "Hey, I did pretty well with putting that minotaur in his place, if you remember correctly." "Yes, but you used a long red scarf to distract him," Plato responded. "Also, I could corral him out of the streets of Spain. I really hope the counselors don't assign me another shitty case like that." "Well, at least the mortals thought the minotaur was a bull, and no one was the wiser after you got him out of there," Plato said. "I'm not certain that the mortals would know they were looking at a unicorn, even if it stuck its horn up their barnside," Plato offered, cutting in. "Yes, that was exactly what I was going to say. Barnside. Mortals see what they expect to see, but faced with too much magic, the blinders will come off," Plato advised. "Rory said something about how it's not safe for mortals to know about magic." "Do you think that's true?" Liv asked. "I think it's complicated, and it depends on who you ask," Plato answered. "For magicians and giants and many other magical creatures, it's probably better if mortals don't know about all the happenings in the magical world. However, I'm not sure how mortals would feel about it." "Because they've never been asked?" Liv posed. Plato nodded. "I suspect as much." "Well, here in the magical community, we're excellent at deciding what's good for everyone else," Liv said as she rounded the corner to face the door of reflection. Her image stared back at her, rippling like the surface of the door was made of water. Her long, flowing blonde hair was mostly tucked under the black hood of her cape, which hung down her back. Liv pretended that the black void to her left wasn't drawing her attention. Lately, when she looked down the corridor into the chasm of darkness, she felt a strange pull toward it. But much like the white tiger and black crow, no one talked about this strange aspect of the House of Seven. The magicians usually hurried past it, not even noticing that they were striding by something that looked like a cliff leading off the edge of the world. Stepping through the door of reflection, Liv allowed herself to move forward, now accustomed to the strange feeling of passing into the chamber of the tree. The process was supposed to cleanse the member of Seven of fears and doubts before each meeting. Liv didn't understand why she always experienced a strange dream where she was going blind and was surrounded by indistinct figures. She expected to see that same dream as she passed through the door, but it was different. Liv was standing on the edge of a mountain, eerily similar to the one she imagined her parents fell from to their deaths 5 years prior. The wind whipped at her back, sending cold shivers over her skin. In the distance, she spotted smoke rising from what appeared to be a cozy village. The smoke quickly turned into raging flames that spread from rooftop to rooftop. Liv startled, feeling like she was the only one for miles who could see the fire, the only one who could help. But she was too far away, imprisoned on a mountain peak. Stumbling through the door of reflection, Liv straightened as soon as her current reality took shape. She pushed her shoulders back and raised her chin high, trying to disguise the remnants of what she'd just seen. The counselors all sat in their usual places on the high semicircular bench at the back of the chamber. Also, as usual, not all of the warriors were present. Most were off working their cases. Maria Rosario, Stefan Ludwig, and Decker Sinclair stood with their backs to Liv, their focus on the counselors. Silently, Liv took her place between Decker and Stefan. "Ms. Rosario, do you feel you can handle this case alone?" Adler Sinclair asked, his light-colored eyes briefly flicking to Liv. "I'm confident that I can intervene before the poison gets into the water supply," Maria stated with assurance. She wore a beautifully embroidered maroon jacket, her long black hair cascading down her back. "You must be swift," Adler warned. "The lives of thousands are in your hands." The warrior nodded and pivoted, striding quickly for the exit.